You felt it, yes? Another vision? The Force continues to work through us, showing us the star maps unearthed by Reverend Malak. It is strange that anyone would have built a star map here. The entire surface of Manaan is covered by nothing but vast oceans. The ocean floor is vast, and much of it is uncharted, even by the native Selkath. But how could Revan and Malak have found their way down? No doubt things will become more clear once we discover the star map's location.
Sure.
You Republic people are so pathetic, sitting around groveling at the table scraps the galactic senators deign to give you. It makes me sick.
The senators work for the good of the whole galaxy, not for individual gain.
Ha! Don't make me laugh, you gutless simp. It's the destiny of weak-minded fools like you to be ruled over by the strong, like we Sith.
I'm warning you. Don't push me or you'll get just what you're asking for.
Try it. Just try it. I'd love to see you throw the first punch. And with all the cameras around, the Selkath would be all over you inside of 30 seconds. You break their laws. You pay the price, Republic scum. But I can see that you're not man enough to back up your words anyway. If you ever feel like relieving yourself of your worthless existence, feel free to come by our enclave here. We have many, many ways to fulfill your wish.
Yeah, what are you... Oh, I apologize, Master Jedi. I should not... Well, of course, I'm always willing to help a Jedi. Well, for the kolto, of course. Really, that's the only reason anyone would want to be here. It's the only reason the Selkath built Ahto City in the first place. To explore kolto. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require? A star map? Like an ancient artifact or something? No, I'm sorry, I've never heard of it. Is there anything else I can do for you? It's big. Real big. Actually, it's pretty much the only real city on the entire world. The only place for us air breathers anyway. Manaan is a water world, which you may have noticed on your way down to land here, inhabited natively by a species of fish people called the Selkath. They built this city to cater to us off-worlders, and as a base of operations to export kolto, which is the only real thing they had to trade here. The Selkath think that by staying neutral, they can play both sides, selling kolto to everyone that needs it, and making themselves too valuable to be worth conquering. Well, that, and they threaten to destroy the only natural source of kolto on the planet if anyone tries to attack them. But I think they're underestimating the length the Sith will go to get what they want. They're probably planning something already. Is there anything else you require? Of course. If you have any other questions, you should probably see Roland Wan. He's the Republic diplomat here. He's by the Republic Enclave near the visitor residences. Oh, if you don't know where that is, go north from here, then south past the port official in the first courtyard, east into the second courtyard, then north, then east again. You got that? Have a pleasant stay, Master Jedi.
How can I help? Why? I could not accomplish this on my own. I need the aid of others, especially one who is strong in the Force. The bond between us made you a natural choice. Besides, the events on Taris prove that the Force wanted to bring us together for this mission, and there is little left to chance when the Force is involved. Is that not enough for you? I said we were brought together for our mission, to stop Malak. I hardly think the Force would be pushing us toward a romantic involvement when the fate of the galaxy is at stake. Please try to stay focused. I doubt the Council would approve if they knew we were busy discussing our mutual attraction when we should be saving the galaxy from Malak. Mutual attraction? I never said... It's just an expression. Whatever our feelings... whatever your feelings, you have to try to ignore them. Don't let this complicate things. Finding the missing pieces of the star maps is our only hope of locating the Star Forge and defeating Malak. The Council explained all this quite clearly. I admit, there were times that I wondered if this is more than just a mission to stop Malak. There were times when I wondered if this was also a way for the Council to test my own abilities. I wondered if the Council wanted to see how I would help and guide you on our quest. I wondered if they were testing me to see if I was ready to become a Jedi Master myself. And then I realized how foolish such thoughts were. As the Council explained, sending a Master in our group would only have drawn unwanted attention from the Sith. The fate of the galaxy is at stake. The Council would not risk it merely to test me. They calculated the risks, and in the end chose the only option available. You must learn to trust in the wisdom of the Council. Your destiny will come when its appointed time. You mustn't be so impatient. I'm simply trying to help you and complete this mission, and yet you battle me at every turn. Fun? Fun? Driving me insane is your idea of a good time? You are a very odd man. Do you know that? I simply don't know how to deal with you. All I want to do is help you, but you seem determined to drive me mad. Unfortunately, it isn't as easy as that, but your point is well taken. Come on, come. Let's move on. There's much to be done.
I can't talk now. I've got to get this kolto loaded up before my shift is over.
got something on your mind. No, I never did I? Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on. To bed! I'm old and tired, you know. How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask? You got a smart mouth on you there, you know that? If others could talk, they'd sound like... I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued. Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from... In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you, but... I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make... I'll remind you that you're the one who started pumping me for information. Like an old man doesn't have anything better to do. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You know me, Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day. Oh, stop being such a baby. Are you always so quick to turn aside an ally? Got too many of them, do you? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were... Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Kuyami Juski Chika Nai. Tong Paco Chichopa. Con Mulis Limo. Datuka Ulwan. Jiska da Soki Paco Chichopa. Oscar. Con Mulis Limo Poiwanga. Hava!
Got something on your mind, dude? Oh, I get it.
We've got all the proper kolto trading permits, so...
Hey, I'm working here.
Your precious Republic's days are numbered. It won't be long until Malak turns his armada loose on Coruscant itself.
Save your empty threats, Sith scum. Malak isn't stupid enough to attack the core worlds, not with the entire Republic fleet waiting for him.
You're a fool. When the Sith descend on Coruscant, our numbers will block out the sun itself. The galactic senators will collapse trembling in fear and beg for mercy.
You underestimate the Republic's resolve. We'll die before we surrender.
That can be arranged. Remember what happened to Taris. Malak could do the same.
He wouldn't dare.
Now it is you who underestimate.
How much for all this stuff, Tyvar?
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa.
Thanks, Tyvar. Okay.
Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tanka skronki do patsnemo. Chi ita kanki. Achua pengti. Yun patisa. Di chuba jikotka naga. Tong hitwama ag inko tune.
I cannot render assistance, citizen. Move along.
I have to stop talking to Sith.
Those Sith are always trying to go...
If it wasn't for those damn Selkath neutrality laws, I'd teach that. I suppose you're right. You probably know best. You are a Jedi, after all. Well, as long as the Sith stay out of my way, I'll...
Kakincha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa ishun kun. Chiwi aita ka chong chicha. Agi inko tune chuna muri ra. Tangi wama jiko na. Tonki pa nonku nek abo tong hitwama aki inko tune. O tong hitwama ji aki inko tun. Tong Jiska dosoki, kopa pono nakachu, labora na winki smack toma. Kuyami jusku chitanai. Uchuapek. Kakincha nawabakaon. Pichage borang turang. Nada chawa ishun kun. Noba muri ratila. Achua Penki, Yun Patisa, Tichuba Jikutka Naga, Kingu Mwa Mulira Dwana, Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Kun Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Inko Tune. Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Agi Inko Tune, Chunamuri Ra, Tangi Wama Jikona, Tonki Pa Nonku Nek Abog Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winki Smack Toma, Kuyami Jusku Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Inko Tune, Tong Pa Noku. Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Chiwi Aita Chiwa Aita Kan Kicha Na Chupornibo, Kun Kakincha Na Wabakaon, Pichage Borang Turang, Nada Chawa Yishun Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha. Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Inko Tune, Tong Pa no Kun, Nonek Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winki Smack Toma, Kuyami Jusku Chitanai, Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Winki Smack Toma, Kuyami Jusku Chiwi Aita Ka Chong Chicha, Chiwi Aita Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Inko Tune, Tong Pa Jiska Dosoki, Kopa Bono Nakachu, Labora na Tong Hitwama Aki Inko Tune, Potong Hitwama Ji Aki Inko Tune, Tong Pa Noku. Topa na Ota Kon Muli Slimo Poiwanga Jiska Nichu Kimba Muli Radwana Ji Laboda na Winki Smack Toma Jiska Ubabatu Konchi.
Sorry, buddy, but the hotel... Ever since the murder, the Selkath have made me keep this place locked up tight. Only the Selkath authorities and the... This old Republic war hero by the name of Sunry was seeing the Sith woman here, Alasa. Well, they were seeing each other, but the other night a blaster went off in one of the rooms. Sunry got seen leaving the place, and the Sith woman was dead on the floor. But not everyone thinks this Sunry did it. So the Selkath are holding him in prison while the case gets sorted out. In the meantime, but enough about my problems. You can't stay here while the investigation...
Welcome to Manaan. I'm Roland Wan. As the official representative of the Republic Embassy on this planet, I'm here to help all citizens of the... Kolto is a precious resource. Its healing powers are near miraculous. During times of war, kolto becomes even... As long as we have the permits, we will continue to harvest kolto and ship it to our Republic soldiers battling against the Sith. Of course, the Sith enjoy the very same privilege. If there was some way we could gain an edge, but the Selkath are fiercely protective of their neutrality in this conflict. They do not want to grant either side an advantage. Oh, of course. Of course, I'll do whatever I can. But I'm only a simple diplomatic representative of the Republic. I doubt I can be an ancient and forgotten race. And you think it may be here on Manaan? Well, perhaps. But if you want to get information about that, you'll have to do something for me first. No. You do what I want and maybe I can help you out. We were using a submersible reconnaissance droid in the ocean surrounding Ahto City, and it was damaged. It took a data recording of the outside of the city before being driven off by the Phyraxan sharks. But while it was returning to the surface, it encountered difficulties and was disabled. Its automatic systems floated it to the surface, but we could not retrieve it in time. The Sith were applying subtle pressure to the Selkath authorities for some reason we've not determined, and were able to delay us long enough that they could retrieve the droid. But the droid's data centers are heavily encrypted, so it will take the Sith several days, we believe, to get to its data. It was captured 12 hours ago. It is imperative that we get it back. It's heavily guarded, we're sure, in the Sith embassy here on Manaan. Since we have no remaining soldiers to spare, and certainly not our elite ones, we have no one capable of entering the Sith base and retrieving it. That is what we would... There are several leads we've been working on to get into the Sith base. Any of them should work for you, although it might be wise to concentrate your efforts on just one. The first method that's possible is to help us interrogate a Sith prisoner we managed to catch after he tried to infiltrate our base. He's being held just inside our enclave. We think he may be able to give us the passcode that the Sith give their informers to enter the base. He has proved most resilient so far. We managed to pick up a crate of blank Sith data cards, the type they use for passcards. The encryption system to unlock them is very difficult, however. But if you are more skilled than our technicians, you may be able to gain access that way. The Sith have got the Selkath to give them exclusive use of one of the main hangar bays. Visiting Sith masters use this bay to land, then take a speeder over the water to an external entrance to the Sith enclave. The luckless spy we mentioned earlier had a passcard to that hangar on him. While it is surely well guarded, it may prove to be the most direct route. Here's the card. The Sith base itself is very heavily guarded. If they became aware of your presence, I fear you would be quickly outnumbered and killed. Here is a passcard to get you inside our facility. You should find all you need to get started in there. You can choose whichever of the methods you want, as long as you get in the base and get the data recording back. Which method do you think you would like to try first? Good call. Just make sure you don't push. I wish you luck in your task. Should you retrieve the data recording from the droid, return it here to me, and we can see it.
Yes?
Yes?
So you're the one who's gonna try to get into the Sith base, eh? Huh, good luck, you're gonna need it. This is our main computer room here. We got the box of passcards we got from the Sith, but we haven't been able to break their encryption yet. We have been able to decode the numeric system they use, but there are holes in our terminal sequence patterns. The encryption system is composed of 6 matrices. Each is based on a mathematical method. The holes we're missing are the final number in each of the strings. Most are simple, but the final 2 matrices seem to be much more difficult. The second last matrix has a pattern looping back on itself, or something. And the last is divided into smaller subparts. Maybe the pattern for that is within each part. But I have to admit, all this is a bit over my head. I haven't even been able to slice past the first matrix, and I've been at this for hours. I've ruined a dozen cards already. But the good thing is we have a whole box of them, so you don't have to worry about running out anytime soon. Since Roland said you were cleared, you can use the computer freely. I'll be here if you have any questions.
Yes?
Hey, great! You sliced the encryption on those cards. They change the codes regularly, so you'll have to use it pretty soon or not at all.
So, you're the one Roland has got to help us interrogate this prisoner. I hope your Jedi powers will come in useful. This one has been most. He's a Sith spy we picked up a little while ago, snooping around outside trying to get in. We thought he was suspicious and brought him inside when the Selkath weren't looking. But it seems the Sith have done a pretty good job of The Sith protect their really important spies with some sort of mental force feedback system. They can turn their minds in on themselves, so force compulsions won't affect them. Combine this with conventional training to resist interrogation, and sometimes it takes months to get them to tell what they... Do you want to interrogate? Well, the training the Sith gave him will protect him from most normal interrogation techniques, and also from force persuasion. We have found a few hooks you might... He was with another man when he was first spotted. We think it was another spy, but we also seized some personal documents he had on him when he was captured. It would seem that we checked this in our computers, and it seems to hold up. We've sent a couple of agents to investigate, but it may be a while. What we have here is your standard issue truth serum. It should make him spill his guts in no time. But because of his conditioning, he's able to resist it at small doses. But if you give him too much, his body realizes what you're trying to do and shuts his mind down completely. If you do that, you'll have to inject him with an antidote that neutralizes the truth serum. Unfortunately, it causes short-term memory loss. This may work to your advantage because you can try the same tactic over and over again. But if you use it too much... Shall we get it started? No problem.
Hey, this street is for Sith only. You gotta pay a 20 credit toll to walk. You talk big, but remember what we did to Taris. Maybe you're...
The fighting between the Republic and the Sith is spreading farther. I wonder how long before Manaan becomes a battleground.
You got any armor plating for my spook bike? I thought this garbage was free. You actually sell this junk? Don't worry, junk man. When I want...
Only people who have business with the Sith are allowed. Ha! We know who we have business with. If you don't know how to get in, then we don't... If you have a pass, why are you bothering me?
You there. I don't recognize you. How did you get in here? Your pass card is out of date, and I don't recognize you at all. We'll get Commander Gran. Report to the security desk immediately. You authorize this person to enter? I don't know them, and their identification doesn't match up. They're—
What? Sound the alarm! Yes?
No problem. Didn't work.
I'm here.
For this, let's see what you got.
What?
Yes?
What?
I'm here. The Force fights with me!
Sure.
That hurt, I guess.
Let's see what you got.
That hurt, I bet.
I still got it.
How can I help? Then I suggest we... What can I do? What can I do?
Yes?
Heard I said. What?
I'm here.
Sure.
What can I do?
Yes?
There.
Sure.
Yes?
And you need...
Yes?
Jolie, it is you.
Laura, of all the people, how did you even know I'd left Kashyyyk?
I didn't. Nobody knew where you were, not even Sunry. But I heard the Selkath mention you and your friends. The Force has brought you to help us.
Why? Whatever could be the matter, my dear?
It's horrible, Jolie. Sunry has been arrested. The Sith have accused him of murder.
Murder? But...
It's all a mistake, Jolie. Sunry isn't a murderer. Someone is trying to frame him.
Calm down, Alora. Where's Sunry now?
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see him. Please, go to the courts. Talk to the judges. Maybe the Selkath will listen to you.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get to the bottom of this and help Sunry.
Sunry's being held at the Selkath courts. They won't let anyone in to see.
Don't worry, Alora. We'll get...
The Republic respects the peace of Ahto City, Your Honor. But the Sith are a violent people who leave violence in their wake. I have 3...
If the Republic soldiers were more capable, they would not have suffered such serious injuries. Are my soldiers to be punished simply because they won a fair...
I hardly call 6 against 3 a fair fight. The Sith are cowards who attack only when they have the advantage of... They were provoked, Your Honor. The Sith goaded them...
I suppose you're Sunry's only hope. We have to at least try... Yes, but it almost seems too heavily stacked, doesn't it?
I doubt the Republic would be involved in anything illegal. Still, if this Selkath has concerns, we could look into it for him.
Be careful here, kid. Start poking your nose in a place it doesn't belong, and you might not...
Hey man, clear out. You're cramping my...
I don't know how...
I hope you're here to play some Pazak. I prefer to make my credits gambling, but I never turn my back on an opportunity. Maybe this can be a profitable exchange. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you ask the mercs? Better yet, go down to the embassy. You don't waste my time. So clear out already.
For a while, I am not for hire. Perhaps the Mandalorian or the Ajani can help you. Ask whatever you wish, though you may... Perhaps you should ask them. The Republic prefers not to deal with my kind. Though maybe they... The mercenaries they hire must be failing, as they are never heard from again. That is all I know. Manaan has no such things, unless the Selkath have them hidden away at the bottom of the ocean. Yes, I'm not surprised.
If you're here to offer me a job, I'm not interested right now. I got so many offers I can't keep up as it is. Maybe that Iridorian skullslacker at the bar, or the Ajani nerf herder cowering in the corner is available. So why you tell?
We might have a position within the Sith organization for one such as you.
Your offer is pretty good, but I've heard some nasty things about you, Sith. Is it true you bombed Taris into dust?
This is war. In war, certain distasteful acts cannot be avoided. But ask yourself this, when we win the war, would you rather be against the Sith or with us?
You make a good point. And I've never turned down a job.
Excellent. Report to the Sith Embassy tomorrow for your assignment. I have no desire to speak to you.
You hiring for the Republic? Then why are you wasting my time?
You're new around here, aren't you? My name's Duan. Care to buy a Sith girl a drink? That is, unless you're one of... Well, some of the soldiers like to go and bet on the swoops on their day off, but this planet is bad enough without mingling with the... It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do absolutely nothing. Malak should send a fleet in and conquer this whole... But I don't really want to talk about that right now. I'm just here to have a couple of drinks and try... Are you some kind of historian or something? You should forget about the past. Look towards the future. That's why I joined the Sith. The Republic is old news. And then I get stuck on Manaan. It isn't easy here, you know. Not with all the Republic soldiers walking the streets while we sit and do abs... But I don't really want to talk... We Sith are interested in a lot of things. If you're smart, you'll stay out, but I don't really want to talk. What is there to investigate? Obviously Sunri is guilty, but the Republic is... But I don't really want to... Oh, Come on, what's the matter? Afraid I'll drink you under the table? Seems I'm not ladylike enough for some men. Well, I may be a woman, but I'm still a soldier.
Hey man, clear out.
So, do we have a deal?
That's an awful lot of money. Is there something you're not telling me?
Don't be so suspicious. The Republic is generous. We pay our mercenaries.
Makes sense, I guess.
Just show up at the Republic Embassy tomorrow and speak to our representative there. I'm sure I'll have some time.
What's this? Another Republic lackey wandering the streets? Don't worry, the Sith will destroy you along with all... Save your empty threats. If you're stupid enough to attack me, the Selkath I have nothing more to say. Malak will show you Republic sicken me. We'll do the galaxy a favor by wiping you out.
You're the one defending Sunri now, huh? Well, the hotel's open for you. And I guess I gotta answer any questions. The Sith woman, Alasa, rented a room in the hotel. An hour or two later, Sunry comes in and goes to her room. A couple hours later, I hear a blaster shot and see Sunry running. He can't run good because he's a cripple, but he still was going pretty fast. I would swear he... No, I don't think so. I mean, it's possible, just barely. But I wouldn't say that to the court. No. No way I'm lying to the court. What do you want to know? There were only 2 other people in the hotel when it happened. One was a Rhodian named Glupor. Seems like a really dirty, shifty type. Normally I don't let his kind in here. I'm a reputable businessman, you know. But there weren't many people here, so I decided to take a chance. The other is a regular named Firith Me. He's a Pazak player. Probably an... Don't know anything about... Anything else you want to know? Elasa used to rent rooms here every week or so. Then Sunry would come by a couple hours later and stay all night. It doesn't take a genius to figure out what was going on. Well, okay.
You with the Selkath? You here to see me about the murder? I told the damn fish everything I knew. Sunry, I only heard of once or twice in passing. Some sort of old-time war hero against the Sith. Seen him around in the hotel, too. Going to Elasa's room always, of course. Kept the rest of the building up half the night with their damn antics, usually. I'm not saying anything like that. What they did in that room, in private, is their business. And there isn't any rule against Sith and Republic seeing each other for personal reasons. Although if you think her Sith master didn't know, you must be... Oh, well, Elasa was a Sith, so... Of course she'd have to have someone above her. Yeah, I didn't see any... 100 credits isn't... Thanks. I was in my room, minding my own business with the latest copy of Pazak Weekly, checking out the listings for the big tournament that's going to be held here soon, when I heard a blast. Being still alive, and therefore smart enough not to stick my head out immediately, I didn't go out right away. I looked out after a minute and saw Glupor in the hall by Elasa's room, and Sunry running like the wind. You can't tell me that someone who was running like that, and he was pretty fast for a cripple, isn't guilty. Yes, well...
Chikit kun Selkath, Jona mulira tong Glupor ki. Glupor tati ya baba Hasan Jan, Glupor juba chi. Glupor kakinja nawabakaon, Wuf mala nibo Glupor jimata wipunage, Glupor rank. Glupor tati ya baba Hasan. Glupor tong hit wanaji Selkath agi inko tune. Glupor mulira chuna mulira tong Glupor kitpa no. Glupor yun tung chiwi ita. Bola un jikne mulira Glupor kon muli slimo pui wanga kun viskin. Glupor kinpa nikcha lora kun. Glupor chi ita kanki chana kilikon. Glupor nibo jimata wipun nage. Tong abag sun sham u Glupor tong hit wamaji Selkath ag inko tune tong ki. Glupor pichage borang turang. Glupor wangki yumabat malyaw no wish. Glupor no una pangpa mulira kong king. kun mulira slimo poiwanga kun makachisag tong abog sintian lupor ni nong kili lupor chiwa aita kang kicha na Selkath. Lupor nibo mulira lupo ni Sith. Lupor siya. Lupor pampa ki mulira kun kin. Lupor chachopa si chawa wish kun kun. Lupor bagra shak konti cha yuman. Tangi Selkath wama jiko na. Lupor ag inkotune. Lupor no molira chuna mulira. Tongpa no kun no nek. Lupor chachopa. Lupor bagwa shank konti machit Lupor nada chawa ishun kun.
You, Jedi. I hear you are investigating the Sunry murder trial, are you not? This case is not at all what it appears to be. Many currents, might I say, flow beneath the surface. This murder is much more complicated than it may first appear. The Sunry and Elassa are proxies for their governments, and both sides want the other to fail. You can see the journey by the footprints. You understand, yes? I'm saying they both had something to do with it. They've both kept their hands in this from... If you want to get to the bottom of this murder, you might seek information from both the Sith and the Republic, likely in their embassies. Of course not. You think state secrets are for sale on the common market? You would have to be devious to get what you want. Heed my advice, Jedi, and you may yet find the truths in this murder.
Have you managed to retrieve the data from our droid in the Sith base? Excellent. It does not appear to have been tampered with, so the Sith did not manage to copy its contents yet. And now for your information. We are not supposed to speak of this, but since you are a Jedi and we have exhausted all the other options, I think I can entrust you with this. As you know, the Republic is fighting for its very existence against the evil of the Sith Empire. As you also undoubtedly know, we're doing very poorly. We need much in the way of supplies and material to stem the tide of battle and bring us victory. Manaan is the sole source of kolto, the most powerful medical substance in the galaxy. Frankly, we need as much of it as we can get. The Selkath conservatives, with their neutrality treaties, seek to treat the Sith and the Republic equally. This includes kolto exports, but a few more far-sighted Selkath see that if the Sith are ever allowed to win, the galaxy will be plunged into darkness, and there would be nothing to stop them from taking Manaan anyway. So we made a deal. We recently began construction of a secret underground facility to harvest kolto directly at its source. We also hope to one day be able to synthesize it effectively. Current techniques are insufficient for the task, so we must mine it for now. The amount we take would hardly be noticed, since most is lost naturally before it reaches the surface anyway. We were nearing completion of the base when the digging teams reported some sort of obstruction. An ancient building or artifact, possibly your star map. Transmissions from the base were cut off abruptly after that, and we haven't heard from the station since. As you may have noticed, we're hiring a lot of mercenaries around here. Ostensibly, they're to be shipped off-world to aid in our fight against the Sith, but they're really for another purpose. When we lost contact with the station in the Hrakert Rift, we sent our contingent of Republic soldiers down to investigate. None returned. We've tried hiring mercenaries and sending them down as well, but none of those expeditions have returned either. The reason we really sent that droid underwater, and the reason we needed its data back so badly, was to find out what happened to the Hrakert Rift station. But now that we have the data back, our operation is in no danger of exposure to the Sith. And now I must live up to my end of the bargain. I took the liberty of having a submarine prepared for your departure. Merely use this card to get past the door behind our kolto packing room and enter the sub therein. It has been programmed to take you down to the station, and also to take you back up should you need something. I would send soldiers to assist you, but we've lost many of ours, and nearly exhausted the mercenary population of this planet. The soldiers we have are barely enough to keep this base secure. The Sith have also noted our interest and begun to bribe mercenaries away from us. Please, find out what happened to the facility. There may be some survivors left down there. Perhaps even the head scientist, Kono Nolan. Good luck in your efforts.
How can I help? I do. I've been trying to come up with the best way to say this for some time, but I suppose I should just come out and say it. The truth is, I have come to depend on you. Not just for the sake of the mission, but for my own sake as well. I'm glad you're with us. You're teasing me. You know very well what I said. Well, yes. Surely that's not so surprising. Did I? I am trying to be sincere here. It occurred to me that I may have been too critical of you. Too demanding at times. I am trying my best. You're not making this easy for me, you know. I know my manner can be a bit taciturn. I know you must be getting sick of my lectures about the dark side and everything else. I spent all my years being hounded by my instructors, being told so often how gifted and important I was until I was sick of it. I remember when I was younger, I used to swear that I would never become as self-absorbed and stodgy as the Jedi Masters. It's ironic, really. I suppose not. But I am becoming like that. Though it's not easy for me to admit. Being controlled has kept everyone around me at an arm's length. Even those like yourself who are most in need of my understanding and compassion. Maybe it's time to change that. You deserve to know how much I respect and admire you. I had to tell you how much I care for you. As a friend, of course. Please, it's not allowed. I have to remain true to the Jedi ideal. If this is going to cause a problem, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. Well, that was not nearly so difficult as I feared. Thank you for hearing me out. I feel much better, but enough soul-searching for now. We should probably continue on with our mission.
Speaking of that injury, has it been taken into consideration, Your Honor? Simply because it was real does not mean Sunry would have overlooked it being in Elassa's hand.
I'm sick of hearing about Manaan's neutrality. It sounds like a coward's
Almost seems they do wish to conquer everything and will not stop at Manaan. Why the Selkath believe themselves invulnerable, I have no idea.
Manaan should treat us Sith better. Their day of reckoning approaches. The Selkath have forgotten the lesson of Taurus.
Perhaps we should remind them.
So nice to meet an impartial judge for a change. You said it, not I.
I hear you've been appointed as arbiter in Sunry's trial. My husband is innocent. What? Don't insult us both. Sunry is a just and honorable man. How dare you accuse him?
Now, Elora. We're not here to pass judgment, my dear. We do need to know everything of which...
Yes. Yes, he was having an affair. He was saying that after all these years we've been together, he just dropped me like that. Not publicly, oh no. But inside, that's what he started seeing Alasa last year. I had my suspicions for a while, but he was careless. Pretty soon after. But even though I'm sure that harlot was only using him, I know he couldn't have killed her. He came and confessed to the affair to me. He said he was going there to break. Maybe the Sith woman attacked him, and he had to defend. But even though he cheated on me, inside he's still the man I loved. Love. He's too kind and gentle to have killed her. Find the real evidence. That's all I ask. The real evidence will prove Sunry.
There's a lot of credits to be made in the Republic in times like these. If you survive, of course.
This entrance to the Sith Embassy has been closed temporarily due to a maintenance failure. The main entrance to the embassy will reopen when the problem has been fixed. What? How did you... This unit has no knowledge of what you're talking about. Those with legitimate business with the Sith should return when the repairs have been completed.
I have no desire to speak to you. I know you have links to the Republic. I have no desire to speak to you.
Sorry, but you're too late to recruit me. I've just hired on with the Sith. Of course, if the Republic has a better... I don't have time to sit here. Sorry, but you're... Hey, keep your lectures. The Sith pay well, and they pay up front.
Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachi chu ay tao donga tulpada bong. Tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang koto. Tulbada bung kwalyagando denago chuchut. Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachi chu ay tao donga tulbada bong kwalyagando dana. Kachichu ay tao dunga. Yinkin kuno bamulira chikun. Slima podon. Takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachichu ay tao dunga. Tulbada bonk molyagando danago chuchut. Tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tong ay tuam jiji yumalit pa ang inkotu. Tolbada bung kwalyagando denago chuchut. Kachkaratumpa kun paliyamo kapata. Bunanay kachu. Yinkin kuno ba mulirachi kun. Tong na bunshan takum justak miki grabal mogo. Kachichu ay tao donga. Tolbada bung kwalyagando dan.
Kipuna na bonsha.
What do you want? I don't waste time with fans. So if this is about an auto print, forget it. You can buy one. Leave me alone. We'll get it over with. Of course you do. Everyone wants time with the fabulous Cassandra Matil. There just isn't enough of... years. But that's more than enough time to know the secrets behind the sport. It's all about the image you portray. Hukta is the thug. People like him because he's mean. I'm the pretty one. The one that people want to take home. Even if we don't win, we're easy to remember. That keeps the fans coming back. So local racers don't bring in off-world crowds. They need us. At least they would. Yes, hurry. I know that if you do absolutely anything wrong, you get locked up. Seems like finding criminals is a great way to bring in the credits. I'm surprised they even let us race. Wouldn't want the crowds to... Don't hurry back.
How did you get in? Did they send another submersible? Quick, we have to get out of here. We have to get away. No! No, we have no time. We have to leave now. I managed to close the door after they killed everyone else, but I don't know how long it will hold. The Selkath, they went crazy. They started killing anything that moved. Someone must have triggered the defense systems too, because all the droids activated as I was one of the mercs the Republic sent down here to find out what happened. We came down and secured the first couple of rooms, and the Selkath came out, screaming and croaking their fishy... They're dead. All dead. They swarmed out and over us. There was no way we could stop them, so we ran. But hardly any of us made it. I locked the door behind us, but the others had already left, and the sharks, the Ferox are out there, and worse. I heard an explosion shortly after the submersible left. They didn't make it. just food for the sharks and the Selkath. No! I locked the door so the Selkath won't get in. If you open it, we're all... If you go in there, you're dead. If you want to die, then go. You won't hear me mourning for you. I'll stay here and be...
I'm here. What can I do?
Sure.
What can I do?
What? What?
So be it. Yes?
Sure.
Yes?
What? Yes?
What can I do?
Yes?
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 Yes? No problem. Got it.
Is somebody out there? Fishy, fishy, fishy. Come and eat me too. You can't get me, little fishy. Nothing here. I'm safe behind my walls. Investigate? You're just like the others. Fodder for the Selkath. Walking fish snacks. Trump, trump, trump. If you can run, you might be fast food. The Selkath went insane and started killing everybody. I locked myself in here. I'm safe in here. Nothing can hurt me in here. No fishy food for me. No, 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 no. That's what the others said. Mercenaries like you. But they're dead. Selkath ate them. Lunch him. Only the ones left in the south part of the base might still be alive, or where the kolto is. Few fishies there, but many, many, many fishies in... Don't know. Go ask them. When the demon screamed, it shook every mind in the station. We fell to the ground but survived. Fishy fishies, though, they just got hungry. Bye-bye. Go look for fishy people. They'll chomp and bite and chomp.
No problem. Got it. No problem. Got it.
What can I do?
See what you got.
Didn't work. Didn't work.
Yes?
I'm here.
Yes? No problem. Didn't work. That hurt, I bet. What?
The Force fights with me! What can I do?
What? No problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work.
Who's there? You're not Selkath, I can see that much. Are you another... I'm a merc the Republic hired a couple days ago to investigate. But all we found was a bunch of insane Selkath killing everything that moves. All my companions are dead. The Selkath swarmed over us. There were dozens of them. And they looked wrong, somehow. Like something had changed inside them. Insane or something. Oh, I'd have gone back to the surface long ago if this complex hadn't been overrun by all those crazy Selkath. There's no way for me to get to the submarine dock. I discovered a way to get to the bay and seal off the rest of the base. I just have to find the kolto harvester they built on the edge of the Hrakert Rift. It's got an emergency override to open the doors to the submarine docking bay. And I could get in from the outside. I figured my only chance was to slap on an environment suit, head out onto the ocean floor, and check that harvester out for myself. Besides, it's gotta be safer out on the ocean floor than back in there with all those crazed Selkath mutants running around looking for dinner. I'm not spending another minute in this facility. Not with those psychotic... I'm heading out to the ocean floor right now. It leads to another complex of buildings. Going through them is the only way to reach the KotOR. We should probably stick together, but I won't wait around in here with the Selkath. You can catch up with me if you want. Down the hall and through the doors on the right. I'll be waiting on the ocean floor.
problem. Didn't work.
Come on, hurry up. Don't just stand there, we have to keep moving. The water is filled with... Ow! Ah!
No, you can't come in here. You'll let the Pharaxa and the Selkath in. No, I won't let you open the door for those monsters to get in. I'll stop you. I'll suck all the pressure out of the chamber. That'll—
Kill them! Kill them now!
60 seconds to complete depressurization. 54 seconds to complete depressurization.
No problem.
48 seconds to complete depressurization.
No. The Pharaxa will get us. No, the Selkath are coming. No!
No! No! Ah!
I'm sorry for what I did. I don't know what came over me. I just panicked when I heard someone outside the door.
We're both just scared.
When the Selkath went crazy, I thought everyone else except me and Sammy went mad. We had a few people outside the station when it happened.
The Frax and Sharks just tore them apart. It was like they were frenzied.
The next thing we knew, our Selkath researchers started screaming and clawing at everything around them. My team was torn apart and eaten before my eyes. Sammy and me, I thought we were the only ones.
We thought everyone was dead. I must have been hysterical. I don't know what I can say. I truly apologize for the horrible mistake I was—
I'm Kono Nolan, and this is Sammy. We were scientists working here on the Hrakert. We had a secret agreement with the moderates in the Selkath government. They knew that Manaan could not survive independently if the Sith were victorious.
Those thugs would wipe out the whole damn planet just to get at the kolto.
So the Republic approached them about making this secret installation to harvest more kolto, where the Sith couldn't see us. But all that went horribly, horribly wrong.
We don't know. Not for sure.
The work teams were outside in the rift, near the vent. Then there was this rumbling, and my head felt like it was splitting open.
This monster rose up from the rift.
It was a Pharaxa shark, I think. Bigger than anything I'd ever seen before. Bigger than our submersibles.
It was like it was screaming inside.
Then all the Selkath started screaming too. It was like they couldn't control themselves. Like the sound that the monster was making in our heads drove them insane.
Well, maybe it was protecting the ruins by the rift.
It could have been. It might have a lair in the Hrakert Rift near the kolto vent. That might explain a few things too. Like why it reacted so violently when our construction efforts got closer to the vent. And also, why it's so large. It must be feeding off the kolto. It would have to be ancient indeed for it to reach that size. With kolto as a food source.
And all those other Pharaxan sharks? Those might be its offspring.
Which would be why they all swarmed when it called out to them. Children coming to protect their mother. I don't know. It must still—
Out there, waiting.
The Pharaxan sharks have always been a serious problem. We had some blasters and projectile cannons to defend against them, but
They still got some of our workers from time to time.
We were working on a soluble chemical compound that would drive them away. Something that smelled or tasted repulsive to them, but we never got it working right.
Oh, I think not. Even flawed like it is.
No, it's not working right. You don't know what it'll do. The repellent we made was supposed to drive Phyraxan sharks away, but we never got very far in its development. The one we tested instead was violently toxic to them, rupturing their outer skin in seconds and preventing them from drawing oxygen from the water by clogging their intakes.
Which is exactly what we need in this situation. Something to kill that monster shark that destroyed our station.
But we don't know how else the chemical reacts. We only tried it in a controlled environment. In the open ocean, who knows what it could do? It could even affect the kolto.
We know exactly what it'll do. It'll kill the shark. That's what... You don't need to do anything else. We have a canister of the toxin here right now. We were working on it before the giant Phyraxan drove all the Selkath. All you need to do is insert it into the main kolto harvester and have it vented. Get away as soon as you can. We don't know how much worse it'll affect the giant Phyraxan shark.
Well, the monster seems to have been driven out by the machinery we installed at the edge of the rift. We've seen it out there on the cameras, bashing itself against the machines. I think if you could destroy the machinery we installed, the shark would calm down and retreat back into its lair inside the rift. You can reprogram the harvesting machines to overpressure their self-oxidizing fuel so that the fuel tank canisters will rupture and the entire machine will destroy itself. The hydrolium gas we use is a gas at 1 to 3 million sangin, a liquid at about 4 million sangin, and a solid above that. When it's a liquid, it's very explosive. If you inject enough of the hydrolium gas into the tank, the pressure will be so great that it'll turn to liquid form and start a chain reaction inside the machine.
But we'll lose everything we've built here. All those years of work!
It's better than whatever your chemical will do to the water. Good. Destroying the machinery will be better in the long run. We can't risk damaging the environment or the kolto. You'll have to break into the computer on the harvesting machine and fiddle with the fuel injectors to get the tank pressure up to the point where the hydrolium will liquidize. Once the machinery is gone, the shark should...
That won't work and you know it. We have to vent the toxin from the harvesting machine. Once the shark is dead, we can get back to mining the kolto. You know what you have to do.
I just hope you make the right choice.
problem. Didn't work. No problem. Didn't work.
At last, my search is over. I was beginning to fear someone else had killed you and deprived me of the pleasure you may have defeated the pathetic bounty hunter my master sent after you. But you are no match for me. I have studied at the foot of the Dark Lord himself. Your words mean nothing to me, unless you wish to beg for your life. No? Then I shall try to make this both quick and painful.
I'm here. I'm here. Yes?
What?
What can I do?
Sure.
What can I do? Yes?
Sure.
What can I do?
Sure. Yes? What? Sure. Yes? Yes? Sure. What? What?
I'm here.
What?
You've returned. I was beginning to fear that you too might have been lost. Did you find out what had happened down there at the facility? Something was down there? Living in the rift by the kolto? It's horrible. The entire operation wasted by a disaster we could never in 1,000 years have foreseen. What has happened to the facility itself? Were there any survivors? Well, that's good to know. Good to know indeed. But what has happened to the facility? Was it damp? No, that is terrible. That will set our work back years. It may even cost us the war. While I am glad that you were able to solve our problems, the cost may have ended up being much too high. But you have done your job and helped us in our time of need. And for that I thank you. Oh, and did you end up finding your star map? As you can see, by helping us, you helped yourself. Perhaps we can work together. Greetings once again. I trust you have been discreet concerning the events at Hrakert. Should the Selkath obtain proof of what occurred down there, the consequences for the Republic would be severe. For both our sakes, I hope you are smart enough to keep truth be told. I'm uncomfortable even with us being seen together. The rumors are already plentiful enough among the Selkath about the Republic's... A beautiful place, Ahto City. A paradise on the water. But remember, within the city itself, the Selkath have absolute authority. They're a tough race. Obey the Selkath laws, keep the peace, and you should encounter no problems. I assume you received a visitor guide to the city when you died. I regret there is little I can tell you that's not in the visit. I don't know much about the facts of the case, but I find it hard to believe. I never met Sunry, but he's a hero of the Republic, not a murderer. The so-called evidence against him is an obvious frame-up. It has to be. The Sith must have plotted Sunry's downfall to embarrass and The Republic? That makes no sense. Sunry has no enemies in the Republic, and his conviction will make all of our jobs more... If you want to solve this mess, I would focus on the Sith. That or check out the murder scene at the hotel. Talk to the other guests. Maybe they know something. I regret I could not be... Then I shall wish you...
I don't know how much longer I can...
Do you mind? I'm in the middle of a Republic recruiting drive right now. I need to... In case you hadn't noticed, there's a war on. If we don't hire these...
Jolie, what are you doing here? Laura sent me, Sunry. I'm here to get you out of this mess. The courts went and made us arbiters for your case.
Just like old times, eh, Jolie?
You come swooping in out of nowhere to save my tail from the fire? You saved my wrinkle butt more than a few times as well, friend, if I recall. But there'll be time for catching up later. Right now, we need to... The case is a complete frame-up. Anyone looking at the evidence could see that. Or so I thought. But the Selkath seem to think that there's enough to go to trial. There aren't any witnesses. All that evidence against me is circumstantial and completely flawed. Well, I was at the hotel, I admit. And I did meet Alasa there that night, but it's not what you think. I was working with Republic intelligence. We were pretending to feed information to the Sith. Well, I turned Alasa into a double agent working for us. It was going well, too, until she turned up dead. Maybe the Sith had found out I was turning her and had her eliminated. But let's look at the facts Alasa was brutally killed. Think about that. She was a Sith, trained in battle, and I'm just a crippled old... My war injuries make it difficult for me to walk, even to hold things. See how my hands are shaking? How could I kill a Sith warrior at close quarters? I ask you! Further, they say they found my heroes cross at the crime scene. Would I leave my war medal behind if I killed someone? Even I'm not that stupid. Obviously, the Sith planted the cross. And what about the lack of forensic evidence? Skin and hair samples, clothing fibers. Why isn't there anything like that at the crime scene? I hope you can see how the Sith are manipulating the Selkath, and probably even you to set up this against me. We need to get this over with quickly and clear my name. Anything else I can help you with? I want my... Guess you could interview witnesses at the hotel where the murder happened. The Selkath already did that, but the fish folk don't have much rapport with offloaders. Maybe one... But I think you'd be better off investigating the Sith themselves. Maybe you could find some proof they planted evidence to frame me. Though that might mean figuring out a way into the Sith embassy. Anything else I can help you with? Go ahead, ask. Ask what you need to. I don't know what this must look like, yes. Yes, we were having an affair. I know it was wrong, but I'm a weak man. Alasa was beautiful and young. How was I to resist her charms? But I didn't kill her. I love... Please. I know I made a terrible mistake getting involved with Alasa, but I was going there to break it off with her. I did it, but found out later that she was dead. I don't deserve to go to jail just for having an affair, do I? You have to help me prove... Go ahead, ask. How would they know? I heard some of the witnesses said that too, but I swear... I wonder if the Sith have been putting pressure on people to get them to convict me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. They've had it in for me since... You should ask everyone about that. They might admit to helping the Sith. Go ahead, ask. A Rodian? I didn't know there were any Rodians on Manaan. Oh, except for Tyvark and this one named Glupar who was hanging around the hotel all the time. Okay, so maybe there are a whole bunch of Rodians on Manaan. But what does that matter? If he planted evidence at the scene, it's a clear sign of a frame-up. He probably took all the evidence of the real killer at the same time. The evidence of a Sith conspiracy keeps getting stronger, doesn't it? I suspect there's still stuff you want to clear up. Go ahead, ask. Oh, okay. Very well. I suppose there is still much... Once you've gotten enough evidence to go to trial, just tell the warden we're ready. The sooner I get out of the cell, the better.
This entrance to the Sith embassy has been... The secondary external entrance is reserved for Sith personnel only, and is not to be used by visitors. Those with legitimate business with the Sith should return when the repairs have been...
Out of my way, unless you want to feel the wrath of the... The wrath of the Sith is a terrible thing. Remember Taris? Back off, Republic scum. Back off, Republic scum. A man like you couldn't hope to satisfy a Sith.
It is an honor to see justice served, and I will see Sunry is executed for the crime.
The man I saw leaving, Sunry, probably left after I heard the
The guilt of the accused is apparent even this... You are Firith Me, the well-known Pazak player. I wonder if we can trust the word of a gambler as well. Of course, Your Honor. Firith Me, what did you see the night of the murder?
Well, I came out into the hallway after hearing the blaster shot and saw Sunry over there limping down the hall out of...
A very obvious point, Your Honors. The accused was seen leaving the scene of the crime after the blaster that killed Elassa was...
You mean actually see him kill her with my own eyes? Well, no. but I don't think there could have been any...
Glupor the Rhodian, you were staying in the hotel the night of the murder and saw Sunri leaving Alasa's room, didn't you? This is clear, then, that Sunri left the room with the Sith Elasa already dead behind him.
Glupor.
Don't do it, Glupor.
Glupor kan king Davik Nibora tong chitsa.
Lies! Slander! I object!
Glupor want. Glupor tong hiwa maji glupor aki engkau tunsit. Glupor no muli racuni muli chubaka chopak.
You, Elora, are Sunri's lawful wife. Your husband was a hero in the last war between the Sith Empire and the Republic. He was crippled in that war. Do you not believe he'd blame the...
Yes. I guess he would.
And there you have motive. Sunri seeks revenge on the Sith for what they...
Yes. Yes, it was true. He was having an affair with that Sith harlot.
It seems painfully obvious that he killed her to keep her quiet about the
He'd been seeing her for some time, I think. But he said he was going to change. He'd gone there that night to end it. We talked the night before and he'd promised, but now things have become so very...
I wish to call forth Sunri himself. Are you a war hero, Mr. Sunri? You fought in wars against the Sith Empire, correct?
Yes, that's right. And I don't regret it either. The Republic needs its hero.
Indeed. Would you say that you dislike this?
Of course I hate them. Trying to take over the galaxy every chance they get, killing millions of innocent...
Pure politics. Were you in Elassa's room on the night of the murder?
Well, yes, I had been having an affair with Elassa and my wife, yes. But I realized how wrong I'd been, and I was going there.
You were having an affair with a Sith. You wanted to end it quickly and quietly, so you killed her from behind?
No,
I think we can see the answer clear enough, Mr. Sunry.
Of course she was. Why would a young, beautiful Sith woman get with an old cripple like me? I don't know. The medal had gone missing some time ago. I never found out what happened. It's possible the Sith had stolen it and had it planted on the...
Supposition, Your Honors?
Yes, I think they would. They wouldn't want to lose one of their sources, even though I didn't give them anything. They might have killed her for her failure. Or they might have thought she'd turn against them or something like that.
The Sith Empire is not the barbaric institution you portray it to be. I think the facts in this case are very straightforward. Sunry was having an affair with Elassa. He sought to end it, and the simplest, quickest method, given his hatred of the Sith, was to simply kill her. Witnesses saw Sunry fleeing the scene, and I am confident that any informed observation of the facts will lead the judges, Your Honors, to this very conclusion. Well, that doesn't mean a thing. He was there, running from the room. The Sith would not leave the medal of her killer clutched in her hand.
The
No, Your Honors. I demand the death penalty.
This is the will of the court, but it doesn't feel like justice to me.
Sunry?
How can I help? Am I so transparent? I suppose I shouldn't be surprised, considering our bond. Yes, there is something I... In our time together, I've been watching you. You are a true servant of the light. You follow the tenets of the Jedi Order despite the lure of the dark side. For me, it has always been a constant battle. Don't you find it difficult at all? You make it seem so easy. Or is that only an illusion? You don't? Sometimes I find it is nearly all I can think of. I've never found the Jedi training easy to master. I've always struggled for control over my passions. I've always been too quick to anger, too quick to get involved. My instructors constantly berate. I've often dreamed that I might be able to confront Darth Malak myself. I dream I can use all this power I have to kill him, and I just think about all the evil that the Sith have caused, and I get so furious. Yet we are told that these feelings are the path to the dark side. I suppose I do. Part of me thinks that it would be worth anything to vanquish evil, even if it meant giving in to my base emotions. The very thought that I could become as evil as Malak, I just can't fathom it. It just doesn't seem possible. I mean, how could I... No. I shouldn't even be asking you this. The Jedi teachings are clear. Who am I to question them? Even worse, who am I to try and make... These are dangerous thoughts. The indulgence of a vain mind. Please, forget I ever mentioned this.